starting order for Senior X30. Reggie Dewey and Caden McQueen go from row 1. Sam Shaw and Gus Lawrence round out row number 2. And there's a cart that stopped at the back of the grid. Not sure who that is. Louis Johnson-Cool and Harry Platten, they'll go from row 3. Calais Atkins and Harvey Ryby go from row 4. Thomas Fleming and Aaron Brown start from row 5. Marcus Littlewood and JP Slater round out row number 6. Alessandro Serenetti and Lucas Ellingham go from row 7. Aaron Walker and Lewis Mackey go from row 8. Derek Morgan and Sam Heading go from row 9. Harry Torpey and Thomas Pryor, they round out the top 20 on row 10. Rhys Newburn and Michael Rapsey go from row 11. Christopher Bingham and Ty Stansfield go from row 12. Stephanie Herbaker and Stephen DeKaiser go from row 13. Sam Lewis rounds out the field.
Into the tram lines, lights out, off and racing.
Great start from McQueen, covers off that attack from Dewey straight away. Gus Lawrence holds it on the outside. One cut is Ellingham on the grass. And a little bit of jostling in the background, but everyone through the tunnel section fine. Up the banking they do, and Caden McQueen under pressure from Reggie Dewey there, who tried to go down the inside and keep an eye on it because you've got Mr. Excitement and Mr. Consistency.
Ellingham again, and up the banking goes two drivers, That is Harry Torpey, I believe, and Aaron Brown. Sorry, Anthony.
No, absolutely fine. There we go. You can see Sam Shaw gesticulating wildly.
Where is Reggie Dewey? Where's Reggie Dewey gone? Caden McQueen's got a huge lead. Lawrence says,
he's slow.
Reggie Dewey has got a right front puncture. I'm looking at the right front tyre on that car and it looks down. Oh, what bitter disappointment for Reggie Dewey. Oh.
There he is on your screens.
Oh dear. And there's Marcus Littlewood off. And
is that Sam Heading?
It is Sam Heading in the number 7 car. Oh, so we've got 3 potential winners out on the opening lap.
Well, we said it was going to be exciting. I didn't expect we were going to see this, and there comes Reggie Dewey.
If you look at that right front
tyre,
that's
stone cold flat.
That is a bead has come out and just... well, we can't talk about who we haven't got. Who have we got? We've got Caden McQueen, Gus Lawrence, and then we've got Harry Platten up to 4th place. Sam Shaw runs 3rd, Platten 4th, Louis Johnson-Cool is 5th, and that is the number 71 car of Harvey Ryby. Harvey Ryby, haven't really mentioned him much this weekend. Suddenly, when it matters most, he pops up into 6th position. Lewis Mackey's at the 7th. Aaron Brown is 8th in car number 146. Then it is Thomas Fleming, Alessandro Serenetti, Calais Atkins, JP Slater is next. There are no words. There are no words, and you just got to feel for, for Reggie, his dad Dave, and Belinda's here as well, whole family is here, and there's a change of lead. Well, Gus Lawrence, he is not going to give up this one without a fight.
We didn't think he was going to be one to be at the sharp end in this final. It didn't look like he looked after his tyres on the first day, did he? With all the heats.
He told me on the grid that he did his best lap of the weekend in the second pre-final.
Well, exactly. So
all my summations about tyre usage just goes to show why I talk about it and I don't do it anymore.
It's just out the window.
Yes.
So there we go. Change potentially for 3rd. No, I thought Sam Shaw was going to go for a move there on Caden McQueen, but no, he sticks there. But Caden now, oh dear, round, and that doesn't look very...
is Christopher Bingham, and that is Thomas Fleming making a move on, and Alessandro Serenetti going through as well.
Yeah, Aaron Brown getting nerfed out the way there, and the whole train coming through as well. 12 minutes to go, and now let's have a replay of what happened at the start then, because a lot happened, didn't it, Henry? Straight away, Caden McQueen, brilliant start off the line, and Dewey as well held on to 2nd place. Ellingham, who went off as well.
Let's have a look. You can see, no. Dewey is 2nd place here. Is he going to look at the inside?
That bit of contact there.
Pop the wheel, pop the bead off the rim, and you can see him slowing. See him slowing. He hand in the air. Instant loss of air in his tyre, and that is just so unfortunate because you see that happen. You see little bits of contact made all the time, and it probably happens 100 times a race up and down the field, and hardly ever you see a puncture as a result of it. It just happens that one time.
Yeah.
At one time. Meanwhile, Gus Lawrence is trying to escape.
He is indeed. Last year's O Plate looking like he's going to hold this one this year around, but there's still a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen. 11 minutes plus 1 lap still as Harry Platten goes for second place, gets down the inside, gets past Caden McQueen, and Platten is definitely a driver who can bring it to Gus Lawrence.
Yep, so we've lost Ty Stansfield, we've lost Sam Heading, Lucas Ellingham, Reggie Dewey and Marcus Littlewood. Well, there's 4 potential winners out of the race. 22 drivers still running. Bingham is 22nd, Torpy 21st, Decaza 20th, Stephanie Hobika is 19th. Looking at the order, Sam Lewis has made a good start. He's up into 16th position. Michael Rapsey up to 15th. Aaron Walker has only gained 1 place. He's 14th. Now, I was expecting Walker to come through the pack. Same for Kalai Atkins, who is only 11th. Lewis Mackey has faded to 8th. And it's, well, you know, after such an exciting build-up, Gus Lawrence is stretching this one out, and it's almost a little bit processional, dare I say it.
Well, you say that, but that gap's coming down. Platten is closing in. It was 0.6 of a second when they last crossed the line. It's now 0.4 of a second when they break the new timing beam. So he is closing in, but is he bringing Caden McQueen back along? Because Caden was struggling to keep up, but if he can latch onto the back of someone faster, that could bring him along. Platten looks over the shoulder, doesn't see anyone approaching, goes for the normal racing line, increases or closes that gap even more.
Now, if you look, you've got the top 4 here. If you look behind them, the next group of carts, you've got Thomas Fleming at the head of that pack. Look at them as they come out of the corner. They are nose-tail single file. So the 5th, 6th, 7th on back, there is the group. Now, they were nose-tail single file. And they're saying, pointing, saying, no, go, 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 let's work together. Harvey Rybee pulls out alongside, and Sam Shaw doesn't listen. Sam Shaw doesn't listen. So Louis Johnson Cool is there in 4th position. I thought it was Sam Shaw, but it's the 61 of Louis Johnson Cool, the driver from Fleet, in 4th position. But this group of karts here, they have all still got their eyes on the prize. 9 minutes to go, they all still believe they can win this race. Aaron Walker now joins the back of this group, and he starts picking them off one by one. So this is 5th, well, this is the top 4. Behind them, you've got 5th place down to 13th, all in a row.
Yeah, indeed. And that gap ever closing. And you know what? Platten's bringing the 2 behind with him. He is bringing McQueen. He is bringing Johnson Cool along to play.
So, Louis Johnson Cool.
Go on.
22nd in this event last year.
Yep.
12th currently in the British Championship.
Yep.
32nd in the Grand Prix. And 17th in the Little Green Man Championship this year.
Currently P4 in the O Plate.
Exactly. What a weekend for that driver, Louis Johnson Cool.
Definitely so. And it's not over for him as well. 8 minutes to go, and he's with that lead group, very much so. And Platten's closing in. Yep. This is very close now.
Glenagorse, earlier this year, British Championship. Anthony, you were interviewing a rather frosty exchange between Platten and Lawrence at the end of the final, were you not?
Yeah, Platten, I don't think the cut was there that weekend, but he wanted to hold on to that podium, so he defended to the wit's end.
And here we go. So we're side by side, like Noah in his arc, 2 by 2 by 2. Aaron Walker. No, it's Alessandro Serenetti. Here comes Aaron Walker being squeezed the inside. Oh, dearie me. That is... which was that? That's the number 96 of Alessandro Serenetti, showing Aaron Walker the grass coming up the short straight. And Walker, who is starting to pick off this group one by one, now finds himself back in 11th place with Aaron Brown 12th.
That did allow Lewis Mackey to come through 2 places up into P9 now. So Mackey in that top 10. He's one driver we can keep an eye on. Obviously lost out in that second pre-final after the contact with Aaron Walker through Bobby Game Corner, but now starting to claw his way back through the grid. 7 minutes to go. Heating up at the front. Platten as well, new fastest lap of the race. Also, that gap is now 0.2 of a second as down the inside goes the 1.46 of Aaron Brown. Yet another good position gained. Here's that top group now of 4. And Platten has latched on to the back.
Aaron Brown is now the leading privateer in the race. He is 11th. Derek Morgan is the second best placed privateer in 13th position. JP Slater is 15th, and he's the third best placed privateer. You've still got, well, actually, Marcus Littlewood is still running in 23rd position. So hoping for like a Battenberg flag or something.
Yes.
So the 23 kart's still running. Platten has finally caught there. Louis Johnson Cool this is losing touch, the worst possible moment.
Yeah, there he is on your screen, and yeah, he is just dropping off the back, and he's got no one close behind really at the moment, so he's going to need to get a wiggle on to get that cut back up there, as Caden McQueen now sets the fastest lap of the race. So these three drivers at the front are the quickest out there and are just increasing that gap away. They're giving themselves a lovely, nice, big battle buffer for later on in this race.
Oh yes, because the 5th place is way back. It's Fleming, Shaw, 5th and 6th, Atkins 7th, Mackie 8th, Serenetti 9th, Walker rounds out the top 10. But Harry Platten, the GP plate holder, 4th in last year's British Championship, 11th in this event a year ago. He's currently 3rd in this year's British standings, won the Grand Prix this year and won the Little Green Man Championship. Can he add the O to the GP?
Let's find out. The Croc chassis is working well here this weekend, because I'm just looking at the sector times, and Calais Atkins on the Croc chassis is quickest in Sector 1, and quickest in Sectors 2 and 3 is Caden McQueen.
Well, yeah, and McQueen just set the fastest lap of the race. I'm looking at the lap times, and McQueen of 57.35, which is 0.08 quicker than Gus Lawrence's best lap. So, now will they wait? Will Lawrence start to defend?
We'll have to find out, because right now they're just working on building that gap, aren't they? Do you reckon they're working on building a gap from Louis Johnson-Cool or from the rest of the pack?
Well, from the rest of the pack, really. I mean, from anyone behind them. I think probably from Louis Johnson-Cool. Yeah, if they can get to a stage where it's like, okay, here's the three of us, we're going to be on the podium, let's sort it out amongst ourselves.
Yeah. And
they're doing a good job. They're all just waiting, as opposed to the junior race. By this point, we had about 87 lead changes in the junior race. Here, once Lawrence has taken the lead, and Platten is content to sit behind, and he's there, think. Is he having a little look? Is he having a look? He's had a look, and he's through. And McQueen trying to follow him through. McQueen checks over his shoulder. Side by side, inches apart from the driver, McQueen casually just looks over his shoulder to see where everyone else is.
He got the switchback, though, as well, and now he's got the inside line and moves up into P2 now. So Gus Lawrence from the lead in 2 corners goes down into P3. Johnson-Cool coming into play again once more as McQueen tried to go down the inside, but failed to do so.
And Platten was getting a little bit defensive there. McQueen had to sort of back out of it to stop him running in the back and potentially doing his nose cone. And Louis Johnson-Cool is saying, thank you, because these three drivers have allowed him to rejoin the lead battle. The gap back to Thomas Fleming in 5th position is 3 seconds. And there's Lawrence back up the inside of McQueen for P2. No, McQueen on the outside going over the bridge. Holds on to 2nd place.
Johnson-Cool now firmly back with the pack, as again Lawrence goes defensive, and Johnson-Cool will go to the outside now. He'll get the switch back here, but he can't get the waft out of the corner. Now he's saying go.
And they signal to me, okay, so let's see if Lawrence and Louis Johnson-Cool play nice.
Yeah, exactly that. Let's find out. There's still a long way left to go in this race. That happened quite early on, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. The time was right. And now McQueen has to try and find his way past the GP plate holder. Again, Fleming runs 5th, Atkins 6th, Shaw 7th, Walker 8th, Mackie 9th, Serenetti 10th, followed by Ryby, Morgan, Brown, Slater, Lewis, Newburn, Rapsey, Pryor, Hobieka, Torpy, DeKaiser, Bingham and Littlewood.
2 minutes to go, plus 1 lap. Platten, McQueen, Lawrence and Johnson-Cool, the top 4. And at this moment in time, they are just super glued to each other. Johnson-Cool again, almost looking like he's dropping back. So
yeah, he hasn't got the pace.
He hasn't got the pace.
He's relying on these three battling. There goes Lawrence.
Nicely timed, didn't lose any time, and McQueen's just like, let's go, because Platten's driving away now.
Yeah, and with less than 2 minutes to go, if McQueen had tried to battle that out with Lawrence, then that would have been it, game over.
Yeah.
At least now they've got a fighting chance.
Only just, though. It's going to be so close.
Only just. And Lawrence cannot make a mistake. Gus Lawrence has to be inch perfect, and he has... Harry Platten's chances of winning this race rest squarely in the hands of Caden McQueen at the moment, because if McQueen battles with Lawrence, it's Platten's race to lose.
Look at the gap he's got now. It's 0.4 of a second. Keep an eye on that gap then.
Oh, they're going to close that in, though. Coming down the hill, they'll start closing in.
I don't think so. I reckon Platten's got the pace here.
We'll see. Down the hill. towards Hairpin number 1. Platten checks over his shoulder.
Lawrence
is getting closer. Oh, Harry Platten misses the apex of the first hairpin, and Lawrence did a perfect corner.
Yep, that was a mistake there from Platten. That has closed the gap now, and Platten looks over the shoulder and goes, oh no.
Yep, you again.
Yeah. Here we go, though. Any one of these four could take it. Any one of these four.
Well, Lawrence, I mean, the McQueen, even though McQueen hasn't driven in X30 much this year, these three drivers know each other very, very, very well. They know each other's temperaments. They know each other's style of driving. They can almost predict what they're going to do, what kind of, are they going to, you know, how they're going to defend, whether I can trust them. Now Platten has to defend. 20 seconds to go. It's going to be white line fever from here on in for Harry Platten, because Lawrence and McQueen and Johnson Cool are there.
Lawrence with the fastest lap of the race. He's got the momentum, and now he's looking for the move. He looks to the inside, but Platten closes the door very early on. And now, here comes Caden McQueen alongside Lawrence. He'll have the outside line here. Watch for the switchback as they go through Hairpin 2. He does get the momentum to go alongside. Louis Johnson Cool's now back in the fray, but Caden McQueen down the inside of the S's gets the move done before they even meet the apex.
Clock strike 0. Next time round is the last lap. Can McQueen dive up the inside coming into the Mike Wilson complex? No, he can't. But Harry Platten is going to have to make that kart as wide as possible now over the last lap, because McQueen, Lawrence and Louis Johnson Cool can sense a victory.
They can indeed. Final lap board comes out, and Platten already on the defensive. Defensive round turn 1, and round the outside goes Caden McQueen, but he's going to expose his inside line to Gus Lawrence. He'll have the inside line as they exit out of the bridge, but no, Lawrence gets through. Louis Johnson Cool now down the inside, side by side with Caden McQueen, but now here comes Lawrence on Platten, but he can't do it on the outside. Johnson Cool down the inside, but he's still side by side with McQueen. McQueen looks over the shoulder to check it's clear, and it is clear. It's all four now, but keep an eye actually, because Carly Atkins has closed in.
Look at the number 224 kart of Atkins, Fleming and Shaw are there, and McQueen over the curbs. That's given it to Platten. McQueen goes to second. Johnson Cool is third. It's going to be Harry Platten. The GP plate adds the British Open title. 1 corner to go, and it is liftoff for Air Force One. Harry Platten. McQueen takes second. Johnson Cool on the podium for premium karting in third position. Oh, Gus Lawrence, he didn't give up without a fight, did Gus Lawrence, but his title, his O Plate defence ends in P4. Fifth across the line, Kalai Atkins, and after the top 4 were so far in front, eventually the top 10 finished less than 4 seconds apart. There's Louis Johnson. Oh, he's got a problem with the slowing down lap. Yes, he does, and that's not very good. Louis Johnson Cool trying to get that kart back to Parc Ferme. So, again, Platten, McQueen, Johnson Cool, Lawrence, Atkins, Fleming, Shaw, Walker, Mackey, Derek Morgan rounds out the top 10. Aaron Brown comes home 11th, followed by Harvey Ryby, J.P. Slater, Sam Lewis, Reese Newburn, Michael Rapsey, Thomas Pryor, Harry Torpy, Stephanie Hobieka and Stephen DeKaiser rounds out the top 20. We hope Stephen enjoyed his first karting weekend in the UK, the Californian driver. Marcus Littlewood finishing 21st, Chris Bingham 22nd. We lost Alessandro Serenetti 4 laps from home, and sadly on the opening lap, Reggie Dewey, Lucas Ellingham, Sam Heading and Ty